First, Sean O'Malley discusses the viral videos Merab has been posting on social media. Let's see that.
What do you make of Merab as a person, right? I mean, Dana White sort of called him a moron the other day with the, some of the stuff he puts on social. When you see that stuff on social, do you just see a guy who's trying to build his own brand, or do you see a guy who's making fundamental errors in what he's putting out there?
A little bit of both. Mostly stupidity. I mean, the dude jumped. He didn't know what ice was. He jumped. He didn't know if water got cold for that cold that it turns to ice. He jumped in ice onto his head. So I mean, that's the person we're talking about.
I kind of going off of that. Merab has said you've not wanted to fight him since 2018. You've said he has a punchable face. They show him on the countdown. He's like watching your fights. He's like, "Fuck this guy" and everything. Is it personal between you, or is it just this kind of been building so much you guys are tired of thinking about each other?
A little bit of both. I think it's definitely became more personal when I knocked Aljo out. So I think that kind of made it a little bit more personal. But then I started questioning their friendship in the first place because I knocked Aljo out, and it's like Merab's turn, but Aljo's like, "No, I want a rematch." And I was like, I don't know if these guys are his friend. Then Merab going on and saying, "No, I would have fought Aljo if UFC gave me a contract." So I don't really know what's going on there.
Next, Merab shares how long he's been wanting to fight Sean O'Malley. Let's see that.
How long would you say you've wanted to fight Sean O'Malley for? When was the first time you looked at Sean and said, "Oh, I'd like to fight that guy"?
He got my intention once I see and Dana White's contender series. He win incredible way, and he got UFC contract, and I keep an eye on him. And unfortunately, my first two fight, I have controversial lost. Even I feel I win first two fight UFC. My record says I lost those fights, and of course, when coming from loss, you don't want to call somebody. But once I win my first fight, 2018, exactly this time, like it was September. So that was 6 years ago. I called Sean O'Malley, and because I wanted to fight him. We both beat same opponent and the time, and I wanted to fight him. I think that time Sean O'Malley was 1-0 or 2-0 UFC, and because I know at that time, because I have 2-1 record, and I thought he will accept. I was like, I had first two loss in UFC, and I was 7-3. No. Yes, 8-3, 8-4, something like that. And my record wasn't look good, and I thought he will accept me. I thought he will look me as a easy opponent, but somehow he never respond. Because I wanted to fight him because I see him as a challenge, because how he was fighting, how he was knocking people out, and I wasn't thinking it was easy fight. I don't think it's an easy fight until even today, and now I'm still excited to fight him.
Sean O'Malley doesn't hold back as he roasts Henry Cejudo in his latest podcast. Let's see that.
I heard when Henry's saying, he's heard that you're having trouble getting off your back and everything. Is that just Henry talking, or what's he going off?
Well, you saw me roast that guy, right? He tried saying, he got us, Kamaru, and Kamaru's like, nah, he got you. Henry is just he's just a little guy that just gets very upset about things, and I just burned him so good that I don't know where he got my back hurts, but yeah, that's not true.
At UFC Media Day, a reporter asks Merab whether UFC warned him to be cautious about his social media posts. Let's see his answer.
He asked you to maybe think really carefully about what you're posting on social media this week, just a few days before the fight?
If UFC what?
Have they asked you to be a bit careful about what you're posting to social media,
No.
maybe not reveal too much this week?
No, UFC never ever control what I have to say or what I can post in social media. I'm grateful for UFC and thank you so much. But I always post, and I don't know, I post because I don't have somebody to advise me. Yeah, I have friends who help me with taking videos, editing, but I make decision what I post, and this is me, this is me what I post, and I wish I have somebody to tell me, Merab, post this, don't post this, and when I see Dana White's reaction, I was thinking, maybe I did something stupid, but that's who I am, that's I used to do all the time. Even when I break ice with my head, I post it because that's who I am. I don't hide nothing. I'm a normal guy, and I always will be the normal guy.
Right here.
Sean O'Malley also talks about Conor McGregor and debates who's the biggest star in the UFC. Let's see that.
Sean, right over here. Andreas from ESPN. We all know that Conor's been like the biggest star in the UFC, but should you perform what you think you're going to do on Saturday night, how close do you think you are to getting to that level of star power?
Yeah. I think I'm very close. I think Conor's still got one more big fight in him because there's a big question mark. Like, what can Conor come back? Can he actually beat Chandler? So I think Conor's got one more huge fight in him. He goes out there and loses his next fight, it'll be like 6 in a row or something. It's got to die down eventually. Maybe not. That just tests how big of a star he is. But I would assume he goes out there. If he loses, I'm there. I'm the guy. I'm the number one.
Coming off of that, what do you bring that's unique that Conor doesn't bring? Like, what do you think your appeal is to fans, not just of MMA fans, but fans that are casual fans of the sport?
I bring fights. I fight often. So I think that's what it is right now. Conor was good on the mic. The accent, the words that he chose, he was very good on the mic. Performances, he had a couple good performances. But I'm consistent right now. I'm fighting a lot, so that's what I bring.
Last thing.
In another moment, a media member asks Merab about his friend who looks just like Sean O'Malley, and Merab gives a hilarious answer. Let's see that.
All day for me.
For sure. Now, part of your promotional buildup was actually shooting content with your friend that looked like O'Malley when you put on a wig, and that did great numbers on social media. So my question is, whose idea was that to put those videos out?
The video idea was my idea, but of course the two young friends I have, they of course helping me to we change things in during the when we're doing videos, but all idea. Maybe other than 1 or 2 was all my idea, and because I wanted to fight Sean O'Malley so bad, that's why I was so focused and training and they make videos, so do everything whatever I can, and we even find that the guy who looks like Sean O'Malley, and we trick people and we make lots of fun videos.
Which one was your favorite out of all those you posted?
My favorite, maybe me as a firefighter. When Sean was smoking, I just go in. He was smoking. The smoke coming out, and I open the door. And what are you doing, bro? We have a fight. You gotta go 5 rounds. I don't finish people. You know? I need your cardio.
O'Malley even speaks about Umar Nurmagomedov, saying Umar might deserve the next title shot. Let's see that.
Ask Merab, who do you think should be more deserving of a fight, whether it's a Figueiredo or an Umar Nurmagomedov? What do you think?
I'll say this just so it gets clipped. Merab probably won't see the whole thing. He'll probably just see this. I think Umar is more deserving to fight me right now than Merab. I don't really mean that, but Merab's going to see that and fucking freak out. He has this weird thing against Umar. He got asked about him, and he left. He's like, who's Umar? He just doesn't think he's deserving. So I'm sure that'll get clips sent to him, and he'll freak out. But as far as who's next, it's definitely not Umar. It could be. It could be Figgy. It could be Ilya. There's options. Right now, it's pointless. So I got to go out there and take care of Merab's, but we got options after.
If it were to be Umar, could you think that would be the closest thing to another Conor Khabib build-up?
Absolutely. I mean, Irish, Russian. I mean, it's there for the big fight.
Last one from
Merab reflects on his journey from hard work to becoming a UFC fighter. Let's see that.
Moving to the U.S., working construction, training, just doing all these things. Do you take a minute to kind of reflect and think about that? Because you're so focused on this opportunity, but do you also kind of take a moment to think about what you've been through to get to this opportunity?
Yeah, man. I come from a long way. When I think how top life was up until 2019, 2020, Oh, I had so many challenges in my life, so many challenges, man, so many hard ways. Every day I was asking myself, should I continue or should I stop, and should I just focus on work, and should I just get married or just not chasing this, because maybe this is not for me. This is hard, and I still have to work full-time job, and I still have to training hard. It was so hard to keep too bold, and every day I was asking myself question, especially when I was at the work and working in the sun or in the snow. But when I was going home, and I was still going to practice, I was still working hard. And after 2020, a lot of things changed. I get more fights in UFC, and I started making good money, and I quit my job, and I became full-time fighter, and I moved to Vegas, and everything came. I picked my immigration papers, and I can travel to my country or whatever country I want. Now I became citizen, and I can slap Sean O'Malley's coach, and nobody will deport me from US, and I'm happy about it. And man, a lot of things change, and I'm happy, and I'm grateful for UFC first, because I can sleep in my own house and support my family members, my friends, and inspire other people. And because I think I'm an example. If I did, they can do it too. Just keep dreaming, and keep working for your dream, and everything is possible.
Sean O'Malley talked about his jacket, which Merab took from him during the Aljo fight, and the story is entertaining. Let's see that.
Do you think Merab should have to give you back your jacket if you win?
He doesn't have it. He borrowed it because I gave it to him. His nose looks like a fucking coat hanger. I was talking shit to Aljo. That's the thing. You clearly see in the video that I take my jacket off and I put it on the handle. People are like, "Oh, Merab stole your jacket." He didn't steal it. I let him hold it for me. So I still have it.
Dana White, in the Contender Series press conference, talks about Oscar De La Hoya attending UFC Sphere and praises Canelo. Let's see that.
Speaking of boxing, Oscar De La Hoya, I know you think he's, sitting on Canelo by coming to the Sphere. I don't know if you know for sure if he's bought a ticket or not, but is there a part of you that's kind of pleased that he's coming to see what you guys are doing?
Well, I got that call today. He's coming with Shake Turkey. He's part of his ticket block. I knew he wasn't part of my ticket block. That's for damn sure. Oscar does things that are good for Oscar at the moment. I'm not shitting on Canelo. And Al Heyman, good for you. You went in and got me on the date. You know what I mean? I respect Al Heyman, and I like him, and I respect Canelo. And he'll be right down the street from us. And this isn't an Al Heyman Canelo thing versus Dana White. This is Dana White versus the MGM, okay? And I wish them all the best. I tell this story too. I was just in Mexico. We're driving, Mexico City. We're driving to the arena. There's a playground on the side. Swing sets, monkey bar, slides, and a fucking boxing ring. A boxing ring in the middle of the playground. There are lots of people from Mexico that are huge boxing fans. Canelo is one of the greatest to ever do it. He's a legend and a hero in Mexico, and people will go watch him fight. What we're doing down the street is completely different than what they're doing, and ours is sold out in the biggest gate ever, too, so it's good for all.
In a recent UFC embedded vlog, Merab is shown training, and he looks dangerous. Dana White is asked whether Sean O'Malley could become a bigger star than Conor McGregor. Let's see his reaction.
O'Malley goes out there and knocks Merab out. Is there a chance for him to just leapfrog and become the biggest star in the UFC? Because everybody will be watching this show. It will be viral. Everybody in the world is going to watch this. Is there a chance that he crosses over and becomes that guy?
Yeah, listen, he's right there anyway. When you talk about Conor's personality and all the things that make Conor McGregor, right? The one thing that Conor McGregor always did was he delivered on the big fights. When the big fights happened, everybody said he couldn't wrestle, everybody said he couldn't do this and that. He went out and delivered every single time. And to become a big star like that, I mean, I remember having conversations with Ioli way back in the day when we were doing fights in Chicago and stuff like that with Anderson Silva, and they would keep asking me, what do you got to do to make people care about Anderson Silva? You know what Anderson Silva did to make people care about him? He kept winning. You know what I mean? In this sport, when you have what Sean O'Malley has and you can go out and win the big fights, and O'Malley's a smart kid like Conor too. He gets it. I don't know if you saw him on First Take today, but he gets it.